my God, you guys. When I say today has been such an emotional day, just full of like ups and downs. It's giving like ebbs and flow. But it's feeling more like water rafting, right? When you're like going down that river, and then maybe at some points it's very calm and very smooth, and you could just lay back and float. But then you come across this point where it gets really rocky and jagged, and then you approach this waterfall, and so it's like, you know, just the day in the life of a chosen one, right? I wanted to bring you some information that might really help you. Right now, there is a need for you to cut cords, cut ties with some ancestors. That's right. Okay. Understand that our ancestors, they live through us. Okay. And although most of them mean well, some of them are still blocking you. They're keeping you from moving forward. Because remember, all of the things that they didn't heal, they're still projecting these things. Okay, I'm trying to explain this. So they're still very much alive within you. Okay. And the things that they didn't heal are typically the addictions and the cycles and the bad habits and the vices that you take on, that you perpetuate. And there might be something that you're trying to break away from, but you're battling it, and it's because you still are attached to certain ancestors. So you have to release them into the light. It's making me think of the movie Ghost. Okay, if you guys have ever seen that movie. But in the movie Ghost, he didn't want to go into the light because he felt like he still had unfinished business. And not only did he have unfinished business, but he was still holding on to this anger due to what happened to him. And so once again, there might be things that you're just angry about and you don't understand it, or you might have certain biases towards certain things and you don't understand it. It's because these things are still attached to your ancestry. And you, as a generational curse breaker, you came here to break these cycles. Okay, you came here to overcome these addictions. So one of the things that happens quite often is you have certain ancestors who are very fearful. And so they project that fear onto you. And it manifests as a fear in your reality, when in reality, it's not even yours. So this is why it's very important to face your fears, because a lot of times it's not even your fear that you're facing. But when you overcome it, you're actually healing your bloodline. Another thing that happens is you have certain ancestors that I'm hearing, they don't want to go into the light. Literally, they don't want to heal certain things. And while you still love them, you have to cut cords with them. Because if you don't, you're going to continue perpetuating certain behavior. I'm thinking of certain vices, alcohol, smoking, different things like this that you actually want to stop, and you feel like it's such a challenge to overcome it. It's because this is also tied to your ancestry, or a specific ancestor that wants to cling on to you. They're living vicariously through you. So it's giving every time you drink alcohol, every time you smoke the marijuana, so are they, right? That's how it works. So, of course, they don't want you to heal because they want to continue living through you. So you have to make sure that you do a cleansing, okay? And I'm hearing that you cut cords with these ancestors. You can ask Archangel Michael to assist you. Call on your spirit guide, your spirit team, to show you what things are connected to ancestors and what things are actually yours. Okay? Because once again, you're not always fighting your own battles. Sometimes you're fighting their battles. Now, granted, you are here to heal your bloodline. So there are going to be certain things that you are healing for your ancestry. But once again, that's different from you being attached to an ancestor that doesn't want to heal, that is actually blocking you, okay? That is trying to protect you. So you'll find yourself being afraid to level up, to make money in certain things because they're afraid for you, because something traumatic happened to them. Maybe they had a lot of money and as a result, their life was taken, right? Maybe they were really pretty and as a result, they were taken advantage of. So you find yourself being very guarded or afraid to have a lot of money. Once again, these things are coming from your bloodline, from your ancestry. So you have to be aware of these limiting beliefs, of these blockages, and where they're coming from. Now, 9 times out of 10, when it comes to fear, this is associated with an ancestor that is trying to protect you. Okay? Fear of getting in a certain relationship, fear of moving up to a certain tax bracket, fear of stardom and of being seen. Because once again, that may have resulted in something tragic or traumatic happening to them. So they're actually trying to protect you because they are you. And so they're still holding on to that pain, that resentment, that trauma. So once again, you can simply say to your ancestors, I love you. I honor what you went through. I honor your journey, but this is my life. This is my path to take. And while I appreciate you trying to protect me, I will not perpetuate fear. I am courageous. I am brave. I can do all things. I am powerful. I am strong enough. Okay? I am powerful enough to be seen. I am strong enough to overcome any obstacle. So you're encouraging yourself, but you're also reassuring them that, hey, I got this. Okay? Yes, I know I'm your baby, but I got this. And you can do it respectfully and lovingly, and then release them into the light. Because like I said, just like in the movie Ghost, once everything was resolved, he was able to go into the light. It's giving he was able to be at peace. So I was led to pick up this book. It's called Spirit Hacking by Shaman Durek. Because people associate the word responsibility with the idea of some outside authority imposing itself upon them. They avoid the act of taking responsibility altogether. True responsibility has nothing to do with external agents or hierarchy. True responsibility is the ability to respond with love. The act of taking responsibility means we are responding to whatever the situation is with love. It's very simple. This means that when life illuminates one of our less favorable qualities, and when we are confronted with the pattern or an aspect of ourselves that isn't serving us, we don't respond with blame, judgment, aggression, defensiveness, or what have you, because all that those reactions do is cut us off from the greater wisdom the experience has to share. We cannot access the method to the madness if we're letting darkness run our emotional body, and thereby judging ourselves or beating ourselves up. But when we take responsibility for what is by rooting ourselves in unconditional love and acceptance, then we are aligned to receive the wisdom the shadow holds for us. The Spirit Hack, responding with love. To respond with love means to listen and embrace. It does not mean to judge or to figure out whether the emotion or the energy deserves our embrace or is worthy of our embrace. It just means to be fully present in a field of unconditional love and acceptance. Be sure to set yourself up in a safe, private spot while doing this spirit hack. You can do it when you're feeling acute emotional upset, like if you just had a fight with someone or messed up at work. You also want to do this with emotional upsets that happened in the past, but that still trigger you. You're also going to want a bowl of water at the ready, as well as a journal and a pen.